Okay, you good to go.
Okay. So after the riot and I got out of the hole, it was, first time to the pen. So I'm not trying to let nobody punk me. That's what you are told by your older homies or homies from your hood. Hey man, don't let nobody punk you. Just whatever go on, catch that fade, get it out the way if you win or you lose. So I get out, I get into a fight like the same day I got out the hole. They didn't take me back to the hole, but I got sprayed with pepper spray. Now, if you ever been sprayed with pepper spray and it's hot outside, that's the worst ever. You got to keep your face in some water to stop that burning and stop that stinging. So after that, I think I got into it with the police, so they was mad at me. I guess I don't know if this is the reason, but this is the reason. I think it is. At the time, I only had 29 points. Only had 2 years. If you know how the point system is, they sent me to Salinas Valley. I was on C Yard in Salinas Valley. I was there for about a week. I'm not supposed to be in no Salinas Valley on no C Yard, and I only had 29 points in 2 years. Once I went in the cell, and my cellie told me, yeah, man, this how we do, this how you clean the cell, this what I do in the cell, you can't do this in the cell. Take your shoes off when you first come in because I got the floor waxed and all that. Then when he said something about, oh, yeah, the knives is up in the light, so if you need one of them, get it. And I'm like, man, no, these hands work good. Well, I'm just letting you know because it's not really no hands-on thing here. They use a knife. So I'm like, yeah, okay. So they let us off the yard, and I seen how he dressed up with the jacket on, with the books around his, with the magazines around him. So I'm looking at it like, damn, what's that? He like, man, it's a bulletproof knife. I mean, a knife-proof jacket, excuse me. So I'm like, damn, I never seen this before. So I'm sitting there. He like, man, make sure you walk with me. So I walk with him. We go outside. We wasn't even outside about 10 minutes. And something broke out. Boom, boom, boom. Now, me being that, I don't know what's going on. But it wasn't between the blacks. So my cellie pulled me back and let me go. It was between at the time, the Woods and the Southsiders. And all I know is one of the guys who was damn near literally next to me got shot with the mini. And I seen the fool head explode right there. And it was like they did nothing about it. They put us down, took us in the building, and they put some white fucking powder over the grass where he got killed at. And we was back on lockdown. So after that, I'm really sitting up in there like, man, I'm not supposed to fucking be here. I don't know what the fuck this is. All I know is that I told my cellie, I'm like, yeah, man, because we finally got to talking about my son. And I told him, he was like, man, you got how many points? Man, you're not supposed to be here. So he made me fill out an inmate request for him. I got to my counselor. They got me out of there. They took me to Susanville to the fire camp. Now, I got to the fire camp. I got into some bullshit, got to fighting, so they sent me across the street to High Desert. While I was in High Desert, they called me to the office, and they said I had a family emergency. During this family emergency, I get a call, and they like, yeah, the doctor talking to me. But the way he talking, I don't understand those doctor terms. So I'm like, man, hey, can you slow down and talk to me in English? He said, basically what's going on is your mother fell into a diabetic coma. She had a thyroid. I don't know what the fuck a thyroid is, but I do know what a diabetic coma is. So my mom, she's in a coma. That's the only place I got to go. I don't have no other family out here. So when I get out, I don't know what the fuck I'm going to do. So when I go back to the gym in High Desert, I'm stressed out. So usually I go in there, I play cards, we play dominoes, we gamble. I go back, I'm sitting on my bunk in the back. And this dude from Oakland come up to me. His name was Red. And he like, hey, Brains, hey, we got next. So I'm like, what? And he like, we got next on dominoes. Come play with me. I'm like, nah, not right now, man. I don't even feel it. So he like, man, why you acting like a bitch with me, man? We got next. That's all I heard. I jumped up. I'm on him. On top of him. All they said was I kept telling them, man, quit playing with me. Why the fuck you keep playing with me? The police shot me with the block gun. I didn't feel it. Until the fourth time, when they shot me, that's when I felt it. And got down. They took me. They took us. They didn't take us to the hole. They took us to the medical. They took us to medical because they didn't spray us. Went to the program office. We all got 115s. The only thing that saved me was a tower. We had the gun tower. The gun tower said, first of all, he just had a family emergency, and y'all sent him back in that jail. Y'all wasn't supposed to do that. And I wasn't going to let nobody call me a bitch neither. So they didn't give me no extra time. They didn't give him no extra time. They made us sign a marriage chrono. Sign a marriage chrono. I go home May 9th, 2005. I get out. I go home. That's when I took on the biggest challenge of my life because at this time my mom was gone. So I had to take over the house. There's nobody else. I'm in a big 6-bedroom house. The mortgage is $1,400 a month. I'm fresh out, no job. I don't know what to do. I'm on parole, but I got to take care of this in case my mom comes out the coma. So I get to doing exactly what I know how to do, and that's going back boosting clothes. I've never been the type to sell drugs, so I go back to booster clothes to handle my business with these bills. So for a whole year, I took care of everything in that house, mortgage, everything. Now, while I was locked up, my mom got an extra addition added on to the house. That was the extra room in the back. At my time, I didn't know this. I'm still young. At the time, I'm 25. I don't know about that you have to go to City Hall and get permission to add on stuff to your house. So the code of compliance come, they shut it down. Until I can shut this down and fix this back the way that it is, I can't go back in the house. So at that time, it's low blow to me, fucked up in life. So all I know is to go back to L.A. and kick it with the people that I know because I'm out here in Moreno Valley. I don't really know nobody out here except for a couple of people that I've met. So I go back to L.A., get back to gangbanging again, doing the same things. I got shot again. Got a lot of tattoos, and that's when we start, how can we say it? We started a whole generation of just, we go in the stores and we running out. Like what they doing now, they call it smash and grab. We been doing that back in the day where we just go in, we get what we can, we go in the store with a duffel bag, pull it out, fill it up, get to the door and just run out. We was doing it. 2009, I got caught for that. They gave me 32 months with 80. I went to jail again. This time I was like I said, I was in L.A. County. So this time I went to Lancaster. I went to L.A. County, then they took me to Lancaster. Then they sent me from Lancaster to CRC. Did my time at CRC. First time ever, I seen my homeboy. That's what got me to doing stuff in jail. I seen my homeboy go to visit. He came back with something. And when I seen him come back with it, I'm like, damn, he busted down. And it was a half ounce of weed. I seen him bag up $1,500 off a half ounce of weed. I said, oh my God. I called my girl. At the time was my high school sweetheart from school. I said, it's time to break the seal. Now, time to break the seal is it's time to do something and put it up my rectum so I can get me some money too. So my first day out there for that visit, we go out there. Now remember, I'm a rookie. She's a rookie. So when she bring it, she put it in condoms, but she didn't have it tight. It was loose and all that. So it was supposed to be 3 bundles. It was supposed to be 2 half ounces of weed and 1 half ounce. One same thing as a half ounce of tobacco. The tobacco had blunt wraps in it and the little zigzags in it, the bugler papers. So just for the bugler papers, I had somebody pay for me because CRC is in, you can say, Norco between Ontario and Corona. My girl stayed in West LA. So for me to get the gas money for her to get up there to see me, I had somebody give me the money, and all they wanted was the bugler papers out of there. So when they give me the bugler paper, when she get up there, she give me the first one, and it's the weed. And I'm trying to do what my boy told me, sit my ass off the thing a little bit and shove it up. So I'm making a face trying to put it in, and shit hurt. So my girl looking at me like, what's wrong with you? And I told her, I said, bitch, I'm a virgin. So she looked at me and laughed. I tell her the same thing. I finally get the thing in there, and the look on my face is, ooh, shit. I said, you know what? You can take them other 2 bundles with you home. So I go in there and I go wash my hands. I come back. And when I come back, I'm sitting there and I'm thinking, and I asked her, I said, hey, wait a minute, was the butyl papers in this one? She said, no, it's in the tobacco one. I said, fuck. Okay, so I take some more grease. That's when we put it behind our ear. I take some more grease. I put it on me, and I go to put the other one in there. Now, this time when I put it in there, it's like a vacuum. It just goes straight up. I'm like, what the fuck? I'm thinking I dropped it. I don't know what's going on. So I finally go look for it, and I see it. I mean, I don't see it, but it's in there. So I'm like, okay, let me see the other one. So she gave me the other one. I put that one up, too. I said, oh, all right, shit, this shit was easier. I guess I did just have to break the seal, like I said. So after she leaves, I go to the back. And when I go to the back, they search you out. They make you take off everything. So when they made me take off my pants, you hand them to them, they check them. They make you take off your shirt, you hand them to them, you check them. When he told me to take off my boxers, I took them off. But when I came down by my knee, I could see I had a blood stain in the boxers. And all I could think to myself was, damn, you caught. He told me, take your boxers off, shake them out, and throw them behind you. I shook them out and threw them behind me so quick. He told me to bend over, cough. I bent it over and coughed. Nothing came out. He said, all right, get your stuff, put it back on. I put my stuff on, got back. That was the start. After that, CRC, you only can get visits 2 times a month, because they go by your last 2. So whatever draw you are, that's how you get your visits. So after that, I started doing it till it got close to me going home. I went home 2011, March 1st. Okay, so when you get out of jail, you fresh out of jail, it's like you're going through things. You're still shell-shocked, so you're scared to do stuff. So when I got out, I ran into my boy. He like, hey, man, this what we doing. We going to schools, man. They stealing laptops. And we stealing the laptops. We got a cash out here in Rialto that we meet up with, and he'll pay us for them. So I go with him. We go to a school. When we go up in the school, we bust a window. He says it's a crate right there. We bust a window. It's 2 crates of laptops. So we come out with like 59 laptops all together. He goes. He takes the laptops to the dude. I go back home with my girl. He go take the laptops to the dude. He come back. He gave me $2,000. For me, fresh out, $2,000, that was a good lick for me. So I'm happy. Next year, you know, the money started getting short because I spent it on stuff. He tell me, hey, man, I just linked up. I just linked up with the dude. I told him that we going to bring him 100 laptops. He going to give us 10 bands. We got to meet him over here behind the thing. So I'm like, all right, where the laptops at? He said, it ain't no laptops. I just need you to bring the guns so we can rob them. So I said, okay, there we go. We good. So when we go over there to meet the dude, we meet him behind the Stater Brothers. Behind the Stater Brothers, the dude pull up. I hide behind the trash can. As soon as he get out the car, I jump out with the gun and say, give me all your money. He look at me. He stuck. He froze. So he reaches back. I said, watch what you're doing. He reached back. He grabbed a stack. He bring it forward.